Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to yet another Microsoft Flight Simulator news video on the channel. Now, first of all, apologies for no videos this week so far. It's because I've been sick. You might even be able to hear it right now, but I decided that there are a couple pieces of news that have come out, and I should probably keep the community updated, so this video might not be as structured as some of the other ones, but I'm going to try to get through the news stories as quickly as possible, so hope you guys enjoy this format. With that all being said, do make sure to give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, and join our Discord server for more fun content as well. And now, a quick note from our sponsor before getting into the meat of things. Now, long-term viewers of the channel might know that I'm not much of a bush pilot or GA aircraft flyer. I love flying large airliners, which usually involves long periods of time where I put the plane on cruise and just kind of sit there. So instead of rotting in front of my monitor for hours on end, I prefer to go out and do things, whether it may be a run, doing my laundry, enjoying a meal outside, but there's always that lingering feeling about how my flight is doing, whether it's all peaceful or if I'm in an uncontrolled nosedive about to kill all of my passengers. Well, with today's sponsor, Asobo Remote, you don't have to worry anymore. Asobo is a free-to-download application software from macOS, Windows, and Android that allows you to remotely control your PC using your phone. As can be seen here, I can monitor my flight, control the cameras, and even move things around as needed without having to be anywhere near my monitor. The app does allow keyboard customization as well as mouse support and can also support games up to 144 FPS. So log on to the link in the description section of the video to see all of their expanded payment plans, including a pluggable device that can wake up your PC remotely. Once again, that's Asobo Remote, and you can find out more by clicking on the link in the description section of the video. So ladies and gentlemen, let's start out with Horizon Simulations' news about their Boeing 787-9, their hotly anticipated Boeing 787-9 for Microsoft Flight Simulator. So the team gave us an update about where this project is at, and it is quite exciting. It's nearing release. The team has been hard at work over the last couple weeks making this rendition of the Dreamliner as great as they can, and they're glad to announce that the internal alpha stage of this aircraft is now finally over, and that as of the 22nd of September 2023, which is today when I'm recording this, the team is moving into the internal beta stage of development and testing. Now, this is exciting stuff. Usually what this means is that when the aircraft goes into the beta stage of testing, that's the final stage before the aircraft is properly released to the public. So we might be nearing the release of this aircraft. Now, the team did manage to release 3 new photos of the aircraft, and as you can see, the 787-9 is looking rather stunning in these. The team can't put enough emphasis on the amount of work that went into making sure that the aircraft looks like something that they can proudly call a Horizon Simulations product, which is now really making its name in the flight simulation community, especially the freeware Microsoft Flight Simulator community, with the quality of some of their previous add-ons, including the Kuro 787 project, the Latin VFR enhancement add-ons, and more. The team says that while they still have some work to do on this aspect of the product, the major roadblocks and headaches are now out of the way, and now it's just about a bit of tidying up that will need to be done on this front before it can be released to you guys. So, as you can see currently, the aircraft is wearing the lovely Virgin Atlantic livery, which was done by somebody called Max on the team. You might also notice that the aircraft doesn't have a completely clean, just out of the factory look to it in these screenshots, as they felt that adding small details like this would add a lot to the immersion, especially when the product will finally land in your hangars. And I personally love this part of the aircraft. I have always been somebody who hates the clean, out of factory look on Microsoft Flight Simulator aircraft. I personally feel like aircraft in real life do have a little bit of dust, grime, lint on them, and I personally do feel that this is going to be an exciting addition to some of the liveries that are going to be coming out with this aircraft. On top of this, the team have also suggested that a paint kit will be released with this aircraft, meaning that talented developers in the flight simulation community can go ahead and make some exciting liveries for the rest of us to enjoy, so obviously good news on that front as well. With that all being said, I do want to cut right to the chase about the release date. Now, before you guys crucify me in the comment section of the video, do note that I am only the messenger. I like to keep you guys up to date with everything happening in the flight simulation community, so if you guys are frustrated by the fact that add-ons don't come out fast enough, I am not the person to be taking that out on. I like to keep myself updated, and I like to do this as a bit of service to the rest of the community to keep them updated about the progress of various add-ons in the flight simulation community. Having said all that, when are Horizon Simulations Simulations finally planning to release this aircraft? Well, following their previous statements and standards, the team would rather not give a fixed release date for the time being, as they do not wish to make the mistake of over-promising and then under-delivering, cough cough Airsoft, and since the aircraft has just entered beta a week before the public release of Sim Update 13 goes out, they want to make sure that everything is as polished as possible before going out for the complete public release. That being said though, this aircraft is going to be released to well-established streamers as well as certain staff that are working on the aircraft itself, so that they can show off the pictures as well as stream the aircraft online, so you guys will be seeing what the aircraft looks like way before you guys have access to it yourselves, which is pretty exciting to see. And that is pretty much what we have from Horizon Simulations. Pretty exciting stuff. The 3 screenshots that were shared do give a bit of a glimpse as to what we can come to expect with the aircraft. Again, do not put any pressure on the team about when the release date is. It's clearly close enough that they are releasing these pictures and putting out these statements, but it's still in beta, so let's just be careful about that. Next up then, in a similar grain, let's talk about Polystorm 3D, a French 3D design studio that have released a 787 realistic cockpit texture pack for Microsoft Flight Simulator. As the name suggests, the package contains a set of replacement cockpit textures that are designed to greatly increase the immersion and the visual fidelity and the overall look of the premium deluxe 787 within Microsoft Flight Simulator, as well as the Kuro 787 for those of you guys who have downloaded it and are using it. The package itself uses cockpit textures that have been handcrafted from scratch at 4K resolution using real-world 787 references to achieve maximum detail in their product, and personally I've had the chance to test this add-on out. I've had it for around about maybe 3 hours now, and I have to say that it looks absolutely fantastic. From the screenshots alone here, you can see that certain pieces of grime, certain scratches, pieces of dust and lint on the central pedestal as well as the overhead panel do look absolutely fantastic, and I personally think that this is a must-have for around 11.5 euros, available via Sim Market. Finally then, for this video, let's talk about Rex Accuseason Advanced Edition. Now, I spoke about this last week in one of my videos where I said that seasons are going to be changing forever within Microsoft Flight Simulator, and the add-on has finally released. Now, for those of you who don't know, Rex Accuseason has been in Microsoft Flight Simulator for quite some time now, since the beginning of the simulator's journey back in 2020, and it essentially changed the colors of the various trees and vegetation elements within the sim to be able to induce a feel of seasons within Microsoft Flight Simulator. This has now been taken up a notch with Accuseason Advanced Edition, where terrain coloring is now included. You can enjoy more natural looking vistas, as can clearly be seen from the screenshots in the background, and terrain coloring can be automated or user controlled and currently applies to the United States, Canada, Europe, United Kingdom, Ireland, and Iceland, and more regions are also supposed to be added in due time according to the team. On top of the terrain coloring and all of these features that are going to be added with the Advanced Edition will now also include certain weather scenarios. So, in perfect harmony with the vegetation and terrain features, you can now choose from a wide array of season-oriented weather presets totaling over 38 different options. Each preset is a carefully crafted masterpiece, capturing the unique charm and challenges of the climate during that time. Now, this is pretty exciting to see. Obviously, there are freeware alternatives to this available if you guys are on PC via things like FlightSim.2. However, if you guys are going to be paying for the terrain features with Accuseason Advanced, it's always good to see that they're throwing in other freebies and weather scenarios on top of the terrain coloring features to be able to elevate your flight simulation experience. So pretty exciting to see. Now, on top of the terrain coloring features, Rex is also introducing something called resilient covering. So this is a new user-controlled feature that keeps vegetation coloring consistent when the ground texture is too light in color or the underlying ground image contains unnatural coloring. Resilient coloring avoids vegetation fading or discoloring in the process. Now, you can clearly see from these screenshots what they mean. Of course, Microsoft Flight Simulator does use Bing Maps imagery, and a lot of times the underlying texture of various different regions around the world does not afford different changing seasonal textures and so on. So now Rex Accuseason understands this and ensures that your sim experience doesn't look super discolored or unnatural, which is pretty cool to see. And finally, the new Advanced Edition also includes 2 new enhanced regions: aspen trees in Colorado and larch trees in northwestern USA and southwestern Canada. And I have to say, from these pictures, these yellow trees and so on do look absolutely fantastic. I would personally love to do a discovery flight or a quick casual stream on the channel with you guys, just flying around these regions, because they do look quite picturesque. So do let me know down in the comment section below if you guys would like to see that. Now, it's also worth mentioning that Rex Accuseason Advanced Edition is going to be absolutely free if you guys already own the original Rex Accuseason mod like myself. But of course, if you guys don't, and if you guys want to purchase this now that the add-on has come so far, you guys can also head over to their website down in the description section below, and the add-on is available for around about $25 US. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we come to the end of today's news episode, covering everything to do with new Boeing 787-9 news from Horizon Simulations, some fantastic new textures for the Boeing 787, both in the Premium Deluxe 787-10, as well as the Kuro 787, as well as new seasonal textures and seasonal improvements within Microsoft Flight Simulator. Of course, if you guys enjoyed this format, which is rather informal, don't worry, we're going to be going back to our structured format next week as well. But if you guys did enjoy this, do make sure to let me know down in the comment section below, and also let me know if you guys didn't enjoy this format. I would love to know. Constructive criticism is always appreciated on Flyby Simulations. That being said, if you guys enjoyed the content, do make sure to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, and also hit the notification or bell icon to be notified of future releases on the channel as well. With that all said, guys, keep soaring high, and thanks for flying by.